Hi everyone, Becky here from Notes from the Sewing Room. Thank you for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you all about Sew Upcycle 2023, a challenge that's running over on Instagram. It's all about sewing and upcycling, and today I'm going to be sharing a couple of plans that I've got in terms of things that I'm hoping to upcycle over the next month or so. So if that is something that does interest you, please do stay tuned and I'll tell you all about it. So you may notice that I've got a little visitor today. It's Bentley, my Labrador, is just joining me here in the chair. So I know a few of you do like to see Bentley, so he's just here having a few fusses. So yes, you may see his head pop up during the video. If you are new to my channel, by the way, my channel is all about sewing, upcycling, generally being creative, sewing patterns, that kind of thing. So if you haven't subscribed already, I would love it if you could hit that subscribe button and obviously watch my future videos. That would be amazing. But thank you to everyone who does come back week after week. I really do appreciate it. Also, of course, if you do enjoy watching today's video, then please do press that like button and leave me any comments below that you'd like to. So if you are unfamiliar with what Sew Upcycle is, should I say hashtag Sew Upcycle 23, it's a challenge that's being run by both myself, Becky from Notes from the Sewing Room, and also my good friend Karen, who's from So Little Time, and you can also find her on Instagram and also on YouTube as well. So we've come together and we decided to run this upcycling challenge. So basically it means that during the month of October, so this year 2023, we are asking people to work on an upcycling project. So that could be a garment for yourself or for someone else. It could be for your child, your neighbour, your friend, a family member, anything really goes. Or this year, you could also upcycle some materials that you already have into a bag if you'd like to. But we are saying no pet make. So no making, for example, a coat for your dog or a jacket for your cat or anything along those lines. But yes, so it has to be a garment for you or someone you know, or a bag. So you can do any of those things. So in terms of what you should upcycle, basically anything goes. So it could be a ready-to-wear outfit that you've got in your wardrobe that doesn't really work for you and you want to change it into something else. Or it could be something that isn't a garment already at all. So it could be a tablecloth, it could be some old curtains, it could be anything really that you've got kicking around the house or that you've been given by someone else, and then you could use those fabrics to turn into something new. Basically, the whole thing is about being sustainable and turning something old into something new so that it's got a new lease of life. So I really love upcycling because it just gives me that opportunity to be creative in a different way to what it is when I use just a flat piece of fabric, basically. It allows me to sort of just think about how certain parts of the garment can work if I changed it, and think about sizing in a different way and that kind of thing. So I really hope that you enjoy upcycling as much as I do, and don't be worried if you've not given it a go before, because it's fine. What's the worst that can happen? If something doesn't work out, it really doesn't matter. It's all about kind of giving it a go. And I know as a sewist myself, like sometimes my projects don't work out and it can be really annoying, to be honest, really frustrating. But I tend to try and take something from that experience so that I can, learn from it in the future. But other things to tell you about Sew Upcycle 23 this year. So it's running, like I said, during the month of October. So that's from the 1st of October all the way through to the 31st of October. And the 31st, if I can say it, of October is the reveal date. So that basically means that on the 31st of October, you will post on Instagram a picture of what you've made. But also we want to see a picture of what you've upcycled as well. So 2 pictures at least of what it looked like before and what it looks like afterwards. So if you could do that, that would be amazing. So you need to tag in myself and Karen, and if you could use the hashtag So upcycled 23, that would be great. If you did want to share any works in progress during the month, that's also fine. But we would ask that you use a slightly different hashtag, if that's okay, which is hashtag so upcycled WIP, which basically means work in progress, or works in progress, depending on how many things you've got on the go, I suppose. We have got loads of amazing prizes to give away as part of this challenge. So winners will be picked at random, completely at random, and it's open worldwide. We've got a range of different prizes, from PDF patterns to some vinyls to give away. We've got vouchers. There's all kinds of different things, and we've got some amazing sponsors. So thank you so much to everyone who is a sponsor, who's donated a prize for us as part of this sewing challenge that we're doing. We really do appreciate it, and I'm sure you're all going to love the prizes as well. So let me get on to what I'm thinking of upcycling this year. So I would say that whatever you decide that you're going to upcycle, it doesn't have to be complicated. You could basically turn some trousers into some shorts. You could turn a long sleeve shirt into a short sleeve shirt, a cropped shirt, anything you fancy. There is no rule. So I've got quite a simple project, and then I've got a more complicated, or potentially more complicated, project that I'm thinking of doing myself. So first of all, I'll talk about the slightly less complicated one, just to kind of show you that actually you don't have to do anything that's too complex if you don't fancy it. So I picked up this skirt a little while ago from a vintage shop. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if this is actually going to fit me at the moment because I'm pregnant. You might be able to see my little bump that I've got here at the moment. But I'm hoping that I can wear this after I'm pregnant. So, but that's not going to stop me upcycling it. So I've got this gorgeous skirt here. I don't know if it's like originally a 1980s skirt, not sure, but it was originally bought from a vintage shop. So as you can see, it's got this lovely print on it here. So this yellow background, I love the colour yellow. I just love that kind of brightness that it brings into my life, and this kind of floral design on here as well. So at the moment, it's got some plain white buttons all the way down the front there. So it's got an elastic, or a couple of bits of elastic at the back of the skirt on each side of the back waistband. And it's also got a button placket that runs all the way down the front of the skirt. So at the moment, it's quite long. I would describe this as probably a midi length skirt, so just underneath my knees at the moment. I think normally the waist measurement would be absolutely fine on me, but at the moment it might be slightly tight. But that's okay. So what I propose to do is maybe just make this slightly shorter, because I basically prefer a skirt that finishes around about my knee, maybe just above my knee sometimes, depending on what time of year I'm actually wearing the skirt. And I'm thinking of also just changing the buttons all the way down as well, to get rid of these buttons, but I will cut them off and I'll save them for another project. And I think in my button stash somewhere, I need to have a little bit of a dig through, but I think I've got some sparkly blue buttons. So I'm hoping that they may work okay for this project, to actually turn that into a skirt that's just got a little bit of something different about it. So I'll let you know how I get on with that one. But as you can see, that's, a fairly sort of uncomplicated project, fairly simple, just literally making the skirt a little bit shorter and also changing the buttons. Oh, William's come back from nursery. Do you want to say hi?
Yes.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, hi, hi.
Mommy.
You okay?
Why are you doing that?
So this is the second project that I want to upcycle. So as you can see, it's got the little stand-up collar there, which is a little bit gathered into the back section, which is quite sweet. It's got some little cap sleeves that have got a little bit of a flutter to them, which is quite nice. It's made of a kind of cotton dobby type fabric. As you can see, it's got these little bits all over it. But I really like the navy background and the pop of pink, which is in the colour of the flowers there, which is really nice. It's got a ruched waist at the moment, which I really like. That was one of the things that drew me to the dress in the first place. but unfortunately it's just a little bit wide for me at the moment. And it's also got some covered buttons, which I thought was a really nice feature just down the front of the bodice. It runs into a gathered skirt that's actually got a kind of second tier at the bottom, which has also got a little ruffle running along it. So there's actually quite a lot of nice features about this dress. Do you like my dress? Yeah. But I want to change this in a way that will mean that it's just a little bit more wearable for me. So at the moment, I'm not really 100% sure how I'm going to do that. I'm thinking about incorporating some extra darts into the back of the bodice just to bring that in a little bit. And I might unpick the side seams just to kind of bring in the bodice a little bit, so that it means that the sheared section, the ruche section that is actually around the centre, just ends up being a little bit smaller for me. I really like the skirt. I'm not too keen on the length. I like the features that are in the skirt, so I'm going to try and make the length of the skirt a little bit on the shorter side as well. So I've got quite a lot of different bits that I need to action really on this dress. I just hope that it actually works out okay, fingers crossed. So I will let you know how I get on with that, of course, and I will post some pictures on Instagram as I go, and of course on the 31st of October as well. Not that I can win a prize, because I am one of the organisers of the sewing challenge. So both myself and Karen, I'm sure, will be upcycling things like I've talked about, and I know that Karen's got her own ideas of what she's going to do as well, so she'll be chatting to you about that. But we can't win a prize because we're going to be picking the winners at random, of course. So we would love it if as many of you as possible could actually take part in this sewing challenge. We were overwhelmed last year with how many people decided to get involved. It's a really fun challenge. As I said, we've got loads of amazing sponsors, so why not get involved? It doesn't have to be a big project if you've not got a lot of time. Just make it something that is something that doesn't take very long, maybe some children's clothes or something else. It just doesn't have to be anything that's too complicated, to be honest. Now, hopefully I've shared all of the relevant details as part of this sewing challenge today. If you have got any questions though, then do let me know. Leave me a comment down below in the comment section. If you leave me a comment, I will try and get back to you as quickly as I can. But I think that's it from me today. Don't forget to watch out for the vlogger tour that we've got going on as part of the Sew Upcycled challenge. A range of your different favourite sewing vloggers are going to be putting out videos across the month of October, just to give you a little bit of inspiration of what they're planning on sewing up this time as well. But until next time, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye!